And if you follow the true prophets, then you direct yourselves according to what is right and avoid non-right, as is recommended to you through the recommendations of the wellspring of love creation. And the recommendations recommend that you shall only allow yourselves good things, but deny yourselves bad things, so that everything may vanish from you that places a burden upon you and which keeps you in chains, which makes you prisoners of your own selves. And if you open your ears to the word of your true prophets and make their teaching into your knowledge and your wisdom, thereby honoring the prophets in their duty, mission, obligation, and strengthening them and helping them and following the light clarity of teaching that they disseminate, then things will be fine with you. All you people of your kind, humankind, truly, your true prophets are the light signpost on your world, and therefore they are the pioneers, that you may one day understand the firmament's universe, and the earth's worlds, planets, the lights in the firmament's celestial bodies and comets, etc., as well as the kinds of life forms, and people of your kind, human beings. And they teach you that the appearance, nature, and the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation give life and let it die again, in order to reawaken it through the power of the spirit body, spirit form. Therefore you are recommended to open your ears to the true prophets and their teaching and their words, and to follow them, so that you may be rightly led, guided. All people of your kind, humankind, be a unity community, in which you admonish yourselves through the teaching of the prophets to the truth, according to its laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, its equitableness, fairness, righteousness, conscientiousness, and sincerity, as well as virtuousness and love. Although you are divided into tribes and peoples, you are still a unity community, as all people of your kind, humankind. Therefore you shall not rise up against one another with hatred, battle, war, revenge, and retribution, so that peace and freedom, as well as consonance, harmony, may prevail amongst you, as is recommended to you through the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation. Therefore you shall not commit misdemeanors, infringements against it. Live as a great community of people of your kind, humankind, in true peace, in love, freedom, and in consonance, harmony, on earth. Do good things for one another and create assuagement from all your burden, and do not allow yourselves to be driven through the gate of submissiveness by people of your kind, human beings, or by fabulated, invented gods, tin gods, and demons, when priests and other servants of gods, servants of tin gods, and servants of demons promise you salvation, redemption, and forgiveness for your missteps, vices, blame, non-virtuous offenses, vices, blames, and non-virtues, because truly their promises are only lies and powerless words, because they do not have the might to liberate you from your missteps, blames, vices, and virtuelessnesses. Only you yourselves can forgive yourselves if you sincerely feel sorry for your non-rightful deeds, and henceforth do good deeds and continuously increase the number of good deeds. Do not be unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and do not confuse the word of the truth with words of untruth when you speak with people of your kind, fellow human beings, so that you do not charge yourselves with lying, and no shame comes over you as judgment from those to whom you twist the words of truth into words of untruth. Calumny. Do not be outrageous, presumptuous, with your words, but always use them carefully and decently, so that you cannot be charged with impoliteness, boorishness. And do not defile your honor and dignity by making enemies of insulting others and making yourselves out to be better than you are, so that other people will not be indignant at you. And do not go to people of your kind, next ones, and amongst the people, in order to preach that the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life shall be eradicated as a teaching of the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, and that those who teach and live according to it shall have a strict punishment meted out on them. Truly, such doing is only performed by unfair ones, irresponsible ones, and belief-oriented priests of the gods, tin gods, and demons, and there are no pretexts, excuses for this, because such preaching amounts to all of the disgracefulness, badness, ignominy, that a person of your kind, human being, can load onto himself or herself in non-righteousness, consciencelessness. Never forget what the true prophets warn you about through the teaching of the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, so that you may save yourselves from the evil that is not recommended to you, so that you do not impose a strict punishment on yourselves and that you do not have to blame yourselves and strictness as ones who are rebelling against the truth of the primal power creation, and as unfair ones, irresponsible ones. Do not rebel defiantly against the laws and recommendations of the primal power creation that are given to you so that you may do rightfully and impose prohibitions on yourselves for those things that are non-rightful. Cultivate your thoughts and feelings in equitableness, fairness, in righteousness, conscientiousness, and in virtuousness, so that you recognize yourselves and value as people of your kind, human beings. And you finally do not insult yourselves as contemptible apes. And consider the words of the true prophets who teach and announce to you at their time that you will certainly without doubt awaken on the day of your appraisal cognition of the truth of the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, and will exert pressure on and eliminate the evil in you with grim anguish, so that you bring about a resurrection of goodness and truthfulness in yourselves, and you can forgive yourselves. As all-embracing people of your kind, humankind, you are divided into tribes and peoples, and so there are some amongst you with the belief assumptions in gods and tin gods, and others with the belief assumptions in other gods and tin gods, and therefore there are amongst you as all-embracing people of your kind, humankind, righteous ones, conscientious ones, and fair ones, responsible ones, and there are amongst you some who are neither, but truly you are split up, not consolidated, in belief assumptions, in gods, tin gods and demons, so that you have many godlinesses, religions, and sub-godlinesses, sex cults, all of which offer fallacious teachings with much more lying and slander, calumny, than real truth. Therefore all godlinesses, religions, and sub-godlinesses, sex cults, are recommended to liberate themselves from their fabulated, invented gods, tin gods and demons, and to turn themselves to the real truth of the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, so that they only continue to teach the truth and no longer lead all people of your kind, humankind, into confusion, but rather into the light of existence reality, so that amongst all people of your kind, humankind, in you and amongst you all, there may be true knowledge, truthful love and wisdom, as well as peace and freedom and consonance harmony. You people of your kind, human beings, do not continue to allow awful things to come over you through the belief assumptions in gods, tin gods and demons, as is preached to you in delusion by false prophets, priests, servants of gods, servants of tin gods and servants of demons, who inherited false writings of false prophets and scribes and lead you into delusion with them, and do not reach for these delusional teachings or for the miserable goods of this world that mislead you into avarice and make you thinking that you are more than people of your kind, fellow human beings. If you own more wealth and goods than the others, consider that the false prophets and false scribes have made a bond agreement with untruth and slander, calumny, so that you also shall not reach for it and shall not allow yourselves to be led into delusion. Only lead yourselves to the truthful teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, as is given to you through the teaching of the prophets, out of the truth of the laws and recommendations of the wellspring of love creation, that has been researched by the true prophets and who have recognized the real truth in it and proclaim and teach it to you. But those amongst you who hold fast to the false teachings of the false prophets and false scribes, and make prayers to gods and tin gods in submissiveness, and who worship priests and other servants of gods and servants of tin gods, or people of your kind, human beings, as envoys or representatives, substitutes of the gods, tin gods and demons, you lose the reward of righteousness, conscientiousness, of equitableness, fairness, and virtues, and your existence life will always be full of fear of punishment and of calamity.